Guys, Hip Hop Culture back again, right? I've got another video for you guys. Listen to this, right? Okay, so I want to talk about two topics today, right? Avoiding, again, if I'm looking down, it's because I've got it written down so that I can remember the stuff. I've just got keywords written down. Avoiding perfection and give yourself time, right? So let's start with the first one, avoiding perfection. This one, by the way, this video is going to be a short one, right? So, avoiding perfection. We sometimes make the mistake of thinking that high standards, or rather, perfection is high standards. No. Number one, there's no such thing as perfection, right? You can chase what some or even yourself might define as perfect, but there actually is no such thing as perfection. It's something that's always moving. It's always moving forward. Even if you could reach it, even if there was something called perfection today, by tomorrow or a second later, or even a millisecond later, it's already that that point has already shifted and it's now somewhere else and you now have to chase it again. So there's no such thing as perfection. What there is, there's just growth and improvement. That's all it is. There's growing every single day, right? And you need to have high standards with regards to that, right? Have high standards with regards to that only, right? Be aggressive in being consistent every day at growing and improving. I've spoken about measuring and tracking. The only way you can know that you're growing and improving in any area is because you are measuring and tracking. You see, whatever is important to you, whatever is important that growth happens, whatever area in your life that is important to you, or is important for growth to happen, put measurement systems in that area, right? So that you can see every day how well you're doing. Are you getting better or are you getting worse? Are you staying the same? Things like that, right? So don't make the mistake of thinking that perfection is high standards, right? And remember, this is the other problem with perfection. It causes paralysis. What do I mean by that? What it does is it forces you, or let me not say it forces you, it demotivates you. You see, every single time you don't remember, you can set out to do something today, right? And if you don't reach it, even if you get 98% there, because you're a perfectionist, you'll say today was a failure. As a result, that is what gets logged into your subconscious. Today I failed. Yet you actually achieved 98% of the goal, right? Of today. So imagine having 5 consecutive days like that. Your brain is hearing, I'm a failure, I'm a failure, I'm a failure. You see, and guess what? Your brain is gonna start stopping you from doing that task or activity. Your brain is gonna start putting up resistance. So every time you want to do that, your brain, because your brain wants to protect you from pain, right? So no one likes failing. Your brain wants to protect you from pain. So your brain says your subconscious, because your subconscious is a 4-dimensional device, right? It already knows what comes with this task. It's failure because that's what's been coming. So as soon as your brain, as soon as you start entertaining the idea of doing this task today, right, with your conscious mind, your subconscious is going to stop you. What Bob Proctor calls the paradigm. Your paradigm is going to stop you from doing it. There'll be resistance. There'll be excuses. There'll be every reason under the book why we shouldn't do this. Why? Because you've been logging this thing as a failure every single time. You see, because you are this perfectionist. So that needs to stop. You need to understand that you're not perfect. You're not perfect. So all you need to do is just measure and track and improve from the day before. That's all. That's all we're trying to do. Maybe if perfection did exist, I'd call it as soon as you're 1 better than what you were yesterday, than what you measured and tracked yesterday. You've improved, and that's perfect. Look at perfection in that way. That's all. And some might even criticize that and say, even if you do exactly what you did yesterday, fine, you did not improve, but at least you didn't regress. You are at least at the same place. And even if you didn't get to where you got yesterday, right? Even if you did regress, you regressed slightly, because you are maybe at negative 1%. So you're not that far off, you see. So stop being a perfectionist, right? Chase daily improvement. That's it there. Then give yourself time. Guys, this is very important. Anxiety. This anxiety, again, that causes paralysis. Because that's what anxiety and depression do. They cause you to not do anything. You see, I've said in previous videos that you need to live in the present moment. You understand? Stay in the present moment. That's where the universe is working through you to create through you. And that's where you are the most powerful, by the way. You are leaning on the universe when you're in the present moment. You are at your most powerful. When you're anxious, you're living too much in the future. When you're depressed, you're living too much in the past. So watch out there. Watch out with that stuff. All right. So give yourself time. So why is this important? When you're anxious, right? That's because you're probably setting goals that should take, I'm going to create an example, a goal that should take 3 years, you're trying to achieve it in a year. That's why you're anxious. Remember, Jeff Bezos defined it for us. He said anxiety is, there's something that you should be doing that you aren't doing. That is what causes stress and anxiety. Now, you've taken something that should take 3 years. If you are to get to that goal at a normal pace, it should take 3 years. But you've squeezed it into 1 year. You see, now you need there's a lot more action. I'm not saying that it can't be achieved in a year. It probably can be achieved in a year. But there is so much more aggressive action that needs to be taken by you. And you may not even be aware of the pace that you should be now moving at in order to achieve this goal within a year. But guess what? Your subconscious mind knows, because your subconscious mind is connected to God himself. So your subconscious mind already knows how much more you should be working, how much more faster, with more intensity you should be working, right? It already knows the whole route from where you are and to where you're trying to get in the time you say you want to get there. You see, because the route may differ depending on the time you want to get there. You see? So now I'm trying to explain this in a way so that everyone gets it. So as soon as you now squeeze the time to a year, there's a certain speed that you now need to move at, right? And you may not even be aware of that speed that you now need to move at. And that's the problem. Your subconscious knows, and that's why you're anxious. Always anxious, because your subconscious is busy saying to you, bro, we need to be moving. But you're busy chilling with your friends, or you're busy watching a movie. Your subconscious is trying to say to you, bro, you can't afford to be sitting around doing all this rubbish. You need to be moving. You see what I'm trying to say? You see, because it already knows how fast you should be moving. But if you add more time, guess what? Your subconscious is like, okay, so now we've got 3 years to achieve this. Okay, if ever we've got 3 years, then we can slow down a bit, right? Hence the anxiety gets less, or might even disappear. You see, so always look at how you're feeling, because it indicates to you what you should be doing or how fast you should be doing, especially anxiety. Anxiety is actually a good thing, by the way. It's telling you that you're not moving as quick as you should be moving. You see, because if you are moving as quick as you should be moving, you will not have any anxiety. If you are getting the things that you should be getting done, you will not have any anxiety. You see? So that's the important thing, guys. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that, guys. Yeah. So please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. to both channels, Hip Hop Kachuba and Hip Hop Kachuba Talks, right? I haven't uploaded anything recently on Hip Hop Kachuba, but I'm gonna get to it as well. I just wanted to get Hip Hop Kachuba Talks going. I'm just gonna do both of these channels at the same time, right? But on Hip Hop Kachuba Talks, I'll definitely be uploading a lot more. Anyway, guys, cheers. Enjoy the rest. Enjoy your weekend. I'm making this video on a Friday, so that's why I'm saying enjoy your weekend.